So, I mean, on another note, though, man, you know, Billboard is always releasing a damn list every 5 minutes, okay?
I'm so sick of Billboard.
This time with the list, it was the top 50 rap groups of all time, celebrating 50 years of hip-hop, which is a beautiful thing, as always. They actually got the list right this time, Wick.
No, they didn't. Well, read the list. Give me the top 20.
The top 20? Hold on, let me see.
You said they got the list right.
I feel like, well, they got number one right. How about that?
Who was number one?
Outkast.
Outkast. That definitely ain't right.
See, that's how I know. You know what, Wick? I just can't deal with your stuff right now. I'm not even about to deal with it. I think that they understood, finally, that, you know what, Cass is the greatest group of all time. What they brought to the game has not been done and will never be done again.
What did they bring to the game besides they sold some albums and they were a good group? What you mean, what they brought to the game? First of all, read the 1 through 20 first, so that when I check you about this right here, the people know what we're talking about.
Hold on, give it to me because I'm trying to find it over here.
Okay, I got it right here. You got Outkast, Wu-Tang at 2, at 3 NWA, 4 Tribe Called Quest, 5 Run-DMC. That's what I'm going to talk to you about. 6 Public Enemy, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You got Eric B, Salt and Pepper, and De La Soul. I can stop at that. And honorable mention at 20. At 20 is UGK. 8 Ballers at 38. 8 Ball and MJG. And we're talking about the best groups of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got Migos at 11. Who else I see? Mobb Deep at 13. Fugees 14. Naughty by Nature at 15. 16, the Beastie Boys. Cypress Hill at 17. 3-6 at 18. Okay, first of all, the number one group of all time should be Run-DMC.
Are they even in the top? Okay, yeah, they're at number 5 where they belong.
They don't believe it. Number 5, they belong number 1. I know you have a New York bias. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Southern boy. I get it.
New York bias,
I get it. You had your boy up in here. What his name is? Choke up here talking about I'm the one that's hating on New York. When it's you. You see what I'm saying? So he ain't been watching the shows because he think it's me when it's really you. And we don't look nothing like I got a bald head. You see what I'm saying? Run-DMC Impact. It's the greatest. Impact counts, not an album. See, Billboard is what they're going off as who sold the most records. Hip hop has grown. The groups from the 80s are not going to sell more albums than groups from 2023. There's more ways to promote music, more circles to get into. We have a whole virtual reality world that's out there right now that they're pushing music into. You understand what I'm saying? The whole metaverse and stuff. Run-DMC wasn't on that. Run-DMC wasn't on YouTube. Run-DMC wasn't on Spotify. None of that. But who had the first shoe deal? With Adidas.
Okay.
Run-DMC. Run-DMC not only pioneered, was the first, real rap group together. I think to go gold. I may be wrong. But the first endorsement deal. We weren't thinking about merchandising back then. They brought that to the game. Cass benefited off of Run-DMC. They would tell you that. 3,000 would sit right here. Big Boy would sit right here and say, well, you know what? Yeah, we might have sold more records than them. But by the time we came out, they had already established everything. We blew up off the shoulders of them. You understand? So we were able to get endorsement deals and stuff because of Run-DMC.
How many hits did Run-DMC have?
It don't matter how many hits they had. No, it don't. No, it don't. They had enough for the time. They had the most at the time.
Well, obviously they ain't have enough to make them number 1. They didn't have enough hits to make them number 1.
Like your boy Choke said, Vanilla Ice sold more records than Outkast on a particular song. What does that mean?
We talking about
what does that mean? You keep talking about what you're trying to say is this right here. And we can go back to this. LeBron played more years than Michael Jordan. He has more points than Michael Jordan. Made more money in basketball than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan probably, made his money outside of basketball with Nike.
Yeah.
But LeBron almost made $1 billion on the court. We're not talking about off the court. We're talking about on the court. You understand what I'm saying? He came in with a $150 million deal straight out of high school. You know who that was off the back of? That was off the back of Michael Jordan. That was off the back of Dr. J's. You understand what I'm saying? They built it. It doesn't mean that LeBron is a better player than Michael Jordan. You've always said that. You have always said that. So to sit here and say that because Outkast has sold more albums than Run-DMC that makes them better, that's I'm ashamed of you.
Well, no, I'm going to put it to you like this. You can't compare Run-DMC to Michael Jordan. You can compare them to Dr. J. And you compare Outkast to Michael Jordan, sir. And then you compare the Migos to LeBron. Okay? See, Run-DMC, I love Run-DMC.
They are the pioneers.
Why you bugging?
Walk This Way, My Adidas. I mean,
that was awesome songs. Those were awesome songs for the time.
King of Rock. Are you kidding me?
It wasn't even no competition at the time.
Who was the first? They were so great. It was competition.
Just them. It wasn't nothing but 5 hip-hop groups at the time.
Whatever.
And it was in New York. It wasn't even across the whole country at the time. It was just them.
Ice-T and all them was out.
Outkast had to come in to battle the Fugees. They had to battle the Dog Pound.
Ice-T and all them were out on the West Coast. Ice-T and all them were out on the West Coast.
Ice-T was out on the West Coast in what group?
It wasn't no group.
It wasn't no damn group.
Easy was out. Autumn was out in 86, 87. So quit telling that like it was no rap out. There was rap out.
Okay, you had Run-DMC and NWA. Those are the only 2 groups that were battling for supremacy.
NWA should be higher also. Everybody, NWA should be higher also.
How many? Okay, no.
I love Outkast. I'm from here. I love Outkast.
But see, you got to understand this about Cass. Southern Player Listed, Cadillac Music.
You talking about the songs that you like.
I ain't talking about the song. I ain't talking about the song.
About what was your favorite song when you was
talking about how they culturally.
You talking about when you were tap dancing and the songs
I was riding in a Chevy with them 15s in the truck, them Bengals going crazy.
What did Big Boy and Dre impact that was brand new? Give me something they did. Did they make it to where rappers can sell merch, rappers can set up profit for this or that? Did they put the first I don't know, anything together? What were they the first at? Tell me one thing that Outkast was the first at.
They were the first to make 3 albums straight of nothing but classic music. Man. Nobody has ever put out 3 albums in a row with nothing but classic. He didn't put 3 albums. His first album wasn't even Tupac. Wasn't even that album. He had to hit his stride.
You're not gonna start him here sitting up here talking about Tupac.
No.
You're not gonna sit up here
hit his stride to the Dear Mama album, Me Against the World.
You're not gonna sit up here talking about Tupac.
That's when Tupac hit his stride.
Whatever.
Big Boy and Andre came out off the rip.
And it went gold. And it went gold.
AT-Aliens.
And it went gold. That first one went gold, man. You had like they came out the box like they was the Diggity Diggity Dot that went double platinum the first time out, or LL, no, their first album came out, it went gold right off the rip. Now it might have over the years.
That's all that matters to me.
Over the years, I'm talking about out the gate. It was a gold album.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. When you think about Outkast and you think about ATL, they put Atlanta on the map globally.
I can give you that.
Okay, so let's just
wait. You know what? Jermaine Dupri.
Oh hell no! Jermaine Dupri did not do more for Atlanta than the Dungeon Family did. Okay,
they were all together.
His thing.
They were together.
They were together.
They were friends. They were cousins.
No, he did not do what them Dungeon Boys did.
They were cousins.
No, they were country cousins. I'll let it ride. But yeah, see, you put your foot in your mouth with that one. Okay.
Jermaine didn't even put me on the last Freaknik show, so I don't know why I even said his name, but he was very impactful. He was very impactful.
Okay, for Atlanta to become the capital of hip hop as we have it, Outkast, Goody Mob, the Dungeon Family, they're the reason for that.
I get that, B-High.
This has become the capital of hip hop for the last 30 years.
Hear all
so
that.
You got to thank them for that.
I don't want to hear all that. What I'm trying to say to you is this right here. Mm-hmm. What about kids that or adults that are from New York, California, Houston, Texas?
They'll agree with me.
They're not going to agree with you.
They're going to agree.
Houston is going to say, what about the Ghetto Boys?
They're going to say that we love the Ghetto Boys, but they ain't great enough.
Tennessee is going to say, no, they're not going to say that. Tennessee is going to say, well, what about 8 Ball and MJG? What about 3-6? What about Louisiana's going to say, what about Cash Money? The Hot Boys and
the Hot Boys in the top 10?
No, they ain't even top 10.
You know what? Bro. I'm so sick of Billboard. But I'm so sick of this.
They're not even in the top 20.
Okay, you know
They're
what?
not in the top 20.
Billboard,
I just read your list.
Yeah, you read the list and they weren't even on. You know what? I'm sick of it.
Okay.
I'm sick of it.
Right. And so what you know.
The only thing they got right was Outkast. That's the only thing they got right.
I will put Outkast as 3. I will put, and that would be a.
Who's above Outkast?
Run-DMC, NWA, Outkast. That's what I'll put right there. And Pimp and Bun ain't far behind. I'm gonna be honest with you. Between UGK, Outkast, and 8 Ball and MJG,
yeah,
I wouldn't care which way you seeded them 3. And don't get me wrong. Listen, don't get me wrong. Let me explain something to you. Outkast sold more records than the both of them.
Yeah,
but they were both more street than Outkast was. A lot of Outkast stuff. Andre was doing the Paula Funkadelic stuff, the George Clinton stuff. But anyway. Ball and G them, they didn't appeal to those people, as UGK didn't either. But to all the people that matters, they are just, it don't matter the seeding to me, to our people. UGK, 8 Ball, and Outkast. So either way, I'm cool with that. But Run-DMC is number 1. Here's another group that I feel like should have been higher. That I would probably put, if you got 1, 2, 3, 4, I would probably put 5th. They were 8th, I think, but I will put 5th. And that's Salt and Pepper. I feel like Salt and Pepper were trendsetters too. So I go with trendsetters, people that when they stepped out there, they went against the norm. They went against the grain of what the industry was doing at the time. That's more powerful than going out there and just benefiting out the backs of what somebody else has done. It's just like you, B, how you were one of the first to do a podcast. Somebody come along right now and they start a podcast and they get 100 million followers and get a deal. So I don't care nothing about that. B, I had to step out there and break down doors for you to be able to do it. Just because you have more followers now or you got a few more views on this don't make you better.
So you mean to tell me that you don't feel like Outkast broke down the doors for the South to make them more mainstream?
No, Ghetto Boys. The South was already popping. Are you kidding me? Are you crazy? Ghetto Boys, if you're going to talk about who pioneered the South, that's going to be the Ghetto Boys. That's going to be Cash Money. I was listening to the Hot Boys and then before I came out, Brad.
1994. Yeah. Southern Playalistic Cadillac music.
I know every word of all that. You keep going back to the songs that
I'm talking about the
because you went to school with CeeLo them. You went to school with them, so you got to come on here.
I went to the same school. They came out a few years before
It don't matter. That's why you up in here.
Understand what impact really is.
They had impact. I'm not saying that. You're
Atlanta and hip hop in general.
They had a huge impact.
Mainstream.
They didn't make hip hop mainstream. They made Atlanta mainstream. They didn't make no hip-hop mainstream. And you already had NWAs out there. You already had Ice-T's out there. You already had Run-DMC's out there. Eric B. and Rakim's, LL Cool J's. What you talking about? Sit here to say they the one made it mainstream.
Well, I meant global.
They was already global. What are you talking about, B-High?
When Outkast, by the time they got to the Love Below and Speaker Box,
You talking about time they got somewhere when they first album dropped. You saying they made it globally. Okay, let's just take the example I made when I talked about the Doc. When Doc's first album dropped, it sold how many albums?
I don't know, sir.
I'll tell you, it sold 2 million. Okay? Outkast first album sold gold. How did they make it global? This man sold platinum 5 times. Okay, even if let's give him platinum. He sold 2 million. His Out the Box.
I'm gonna just put it to you like this.
How can you tell me
venom and hate towards Outkast needs to stop right now?
This is not no venom.
It's venom and hate towards Outkast.
The people out there will tell you the same thing, that we love. They all love Outkast. We love Outkast. But for you to say you're giving too much credit.
No, I'm not giving them too much credit.
To sit here and say that Outkast made rap global, that's ridiculous.
Okay, let's think about it like this, Wick. When I speak of Outkast, I'm talking about 2 lyricists. Okay, I'm gonna just be real with you then. Okay, Wick, you are getting ready to put out a single, man.
Okay.
Do you go and get Outkast to feature on your single, or do you go and get Run-DMC? Who would you rather have on your damn song?
That ain't fair.
No.
That ain't fair.
No. Who would you rather have on on your song, but you gonna get Run-DMC.
I'd rather have NBA YoungBoy, one of them right now, since you want to be funny. Since you want to be funny about it. Since we gonna go on.
Do you want Run-DMC?
Since we gonna go.
You would want the better group on your damn song. You would want Big Boy and Andre.
What's the most recent? What's the most relevant?
It ain't about that.
I would want Bun and Pimp on there also. I would have no problem with that. I would have no problem with Ball and G on there. I would have no problem with Jeezy on there. I would have no problem with Gucci on there. I would have no problem with a lot of people. Don't say it's just you trying to compare Run-DMC from 1986 to a group that's
the greatest group of all damn time.
That's the greatest group of all time.
They're the greatest group of all damn time.
I gave you 3, and that's on the Mount Rushmore. Just giving you 3. I could make arguments and push them down to 6 or 7.
Oh no, the hell you can't.
I could put UGK. I could put the Ghetto Boys, Willie D. Bushwick, and Scarface. I could put them. Because that's kind of music I was bumping while you sitting around in your tap dancing with your wig on, talking about I'm a player and all this sort of kind of stuff. I was listening to Big Mike. Okay. I was listening to having things with Pimp C on the hook.
No, I was over here, listening to something thought-provoking. I was trying to figure out how to make money. I was trying to figure out how to be a player. I was trying to figure out how to work with my fellow brothers.
So Pimp them win players. Pimp and Bun didn't teach you how to make money.
I never said that Pimp and Bun wasn't players and they didn't teach us how to make money. When it comes to the Pimp and the Bun,
a lot of groups like Ghetto Boys, and I'm gonna give you some history. Ghetto Boys and UGK. The reason it took them so long to blow on, they might have not blew as big as Outkast because they went against the establishment. So
you don't think Cash Black Power movement music wasn't going against the establishment?
Hold on. Let me speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you speak.
The music they was doing was straight ghetto music, straight bang bang. Sure, they came out with one hand tied behind their back in this fight. And they still persevered, and they still became icons of this game. So they were able to get it both ways. They were able to lock the streets down. They did it the right way. They locked the streets down, and then they crossed over. Outkast came out crossed over. When they put them on the Christmas album with the Players Ball, the faces already had them out. They came out crossed over. I used to go to the shows. It was little white kids with backpacks. The first shows they were doing, I had never seen white kids at a show.
Let me bring it in. Well, can I bring it home to you? Because I understand exactly what you were just saying. And you saying that folks had a hand tied behind their back. And you saying that, people were not trying to see those groups win. Well, I recall the Source Awards where Outkast got Best New Group. And they went up there on that stage to receive that award and they got booed. And a guy by the name of Andre 3000 said, you know what, man, y'all niggas is some hating ass niggas out here, but I got something to say. The South got something to say.
He said
those words right there lets you know what they were up against, Wick. For him to go up there and have to say, you know what, y'all, this some bullshit. We done finally made it. We done got us an award. Y'all still hating on us.
You know why they booed him?
The South got something to say. And after that, the South blew up. Thank you, Andre and Big Boy, for that.
You know why they booed him? You know why they booed him?
Why?
Because they wanted to see the Ghetto Boys up there getting that award.
Oh, please.
That's why they were mad. They wanted to see Houston up there.
They wanted to see New York. Ain't nobody in New York trying to go damn Houston.
They wanted to see Scarface. Scarface was who they wanted to see up there. And you always hating on Scarface. And I'm sick of you hating on him. I'm sick of you hating on Scarface in this. You gonna stop it. You gonna stop it. And you gonna stop hating on NWA because you wasn't a gangster. Because you was a tap dancer. You felt their music more.
I never tap dance for nobody. Outkast don't tap dance for nobody. And you want to know what? And I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna be real. You want to know who the real greatest group of all time? If you just really need to know,
who?
Goody Mob. Yep, I'm back at it again. Goody Mob, they made the greatest album of all time, therefore they are the greatest group of all damn time.
I would, even though I got
the greatest album of all time. If you could show me a group that could put together an album or a record that documents history, time, the African American struggle, and jams at the same time.
Public Enemy. They'll shut you right up. Fight the power. We gotta fight the power that be. Other rhythm, this high the ground with help.
Dirty South.
Come on, man.
They named the whole region on that album.
Public Enemy had the Black Panthers in the videos, man. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this.
They were fighting the establishment. Bro, they got banned because
don't get it messed
they were
up.
so.
I love Public Enemy, Chuck D, Flavor Flav. I mean, those guys.
Who had more flavor than Flavor?
Nobody had more flavor than Flavor, but you got to remember, when you talk about the Goody Mob, man, you got the best of both worlds. You got the streets. Yeah. You got education in there. Yeah. You got singing. Yeah. You got lyrics. You got bars.
You do.
You got some of the greatest production of all time from Organized Noise at the same time.
I agree.
It didn't get no better than that album. That album, you can play that album, Soul Food, until the end of time.
I get all that. How you sitting here acting like I am not. I got CeeLo on the record. I know every Goody Mob and Outkast song. I am a fan. What are you talking about?
Well, for some reason you think you're Run-DMC. Which one is it? Are you Run-DMC?
I know what I grew up on, and I know the impact that that a lot of the different groups had, and Run-DMC had to kick the door down. NWA had to kick. 2 Live Crew had to kick.
Outkast kicked the door down for the South.
2 Live Crew was the first with a parental advisory. They had to put them on put parental advisories on albums because of that. They kicked the door down on that, right? They fought against that. Run-DMC, the first ones to do merchandising deals and stuff. NWA, the first one that said "fuck the police." What was Outkast the first to do?
The South got something to say.
When Ghetto Boys was already out.
I'm glad, but obviously wasn't nobody listening because Andre had to say
nobody wasn't listening. Nobody was listening to Scarface. Nobody was listening to My Mind Playing Tricks on Me. Nobody was playing My Mind was playing tricks. Bruh, I was at Open Campus down here. Everybody from the East Side know about Open Campus. It's right down from Druid Hill. You might not know about it because y'all schools was ghetto. Y'all didn't go to Open Campus. Y'all didn't care about school. Your side of town. So let's talk about the education side. We went to Open Campus. You understand what I'm saying? And that's all we used to hear was Scarface. I'm talking about every single car. My Mind Playing Tricks on with Bushwick, Willie D, and Scarface. That's all we heard. I'm in these streets. Well, see, I know what people were bumping.
Well, no, but I was in these same streets. I was on these West Side streets, and what they were bumping was Outkast, Dungeon Family, Goody Mob, Thought Process, Dirty South, Red Dogs. You see what I'm saying? So to play a list of Cadillac
years
music.
Later, man.
But that's what I'm saying. When it comes to those hits and the impact that they had with the music that they had
on Atlanta,
but no, it had to been globally because the Source had to keep on giving them 5 mics, saying that the albums were classic.
I'm not saying that they're
making that many. So my other thing too. Yes, I respect Run-DMC. Yes, I respect NWA, and I love both of those damn groups. But when it comes to jamming, see, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, jamming. Man. I'm talking about the production standpoint of things. Man. I'm talking about the bars and the flows, the cadences and the hooks. Where was Sleepy Brown? Who was the Sleepy Brown for the Ghetto Boys? Who was the Sleepy Brown for NWA?
Nate Dogg, the greatest hook man of all time.
That's for Death Row. NWA did not have Nate Dogg over there. You need to bring that back in.
He was in the camp.
Now, see, now you just lied. Now you just trying to say some shit to save your ass. Nate Dogg was nowhere to be found.
He was in the camp.
Sleepy Brown came straight out.
No, he was in the bullpen. Nate was in the bullpen. They were getting him ready. He was a rookie. They were getting him ready because they knew once they unleashed him on him, what was going to happen.
Okay, then
Regulators, you remember that?
Answer me this.
You remember that?
You have to make a record. Do you want the production from NWA albums? Do you want the production from
Dre, from Death Row?
No, I'm talking about the production that was on NWA's damn albums, or do you want the production that was on Run-DMC's albums?
Run-DMC was in 85, man. We're trying to compare the production from 85 to 2002.
Okay. It was a song called "The Freaks Come Out at Night." Okay. You mean to tell me that track went crazy as hell and that a nigga couldn't get on that motherfucker today and go crazy?
Absolutely.
Okay, then so
that
I want to hear that.
Run-DMC.
Then that's what makes
that was Houdini, man.
I know, but I'm talking about a track from back in the 80s that
you
still could have got
one track. They were still trying to get it together. Run-DMC was rapping on beats when you ain't have but 5 tracks.
What was the rock song that Run-DMC had? Was it
Walk This Way?
Walk This Way or Mary
Walk This Way. And I think that was Guns N' Roses.
What was the one with the box? Rock box.
I don't know, but I know
because you don't know them.
I do not. I know they stuff when I hear it.
I know they stuff when I hear it. If you don't know enough of them to talk about.
I know enough of them. What are you talking about?
They want some damn Adidas and a damn
That is not true. That is not true. Run-DMC is number one. Salt and Pepper is the number one female group. Now that was Roxanne's out there. And I love Lola. That was Boo. I love Roxanne Shante.
Yeah.
But Salt and Pepper, what I want to say, or was it the Brat? It was the first to go. I think it was Salt and Pepper. But Salt and Pepper set the trends. Now that I'm talking about from the way they dressed, had one of the first female DJs in spin.
Yeah.
They were all, they were beautiful.
Yeah.
They all could rap, they could all spit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everything was just on point. I think they should be higher. I think they don't get enough impact. When we talking about a lot of, these females now, the Glorrillas and all the, the young artists out right now, if you're not talking about Salt and Pepper, them three females right there, that's blasphemy. You need to be kicked out of the industry.
Yeah.
If you're a female rapper and you're not talking about Salt and Pepper and Roxanne Shante. You understand what I'm saying? But Outkast is 3, 4, 5, and that's
don't
nothing
go
to be
past 3.
ashamed
Now,
of
I'll
them.
let you go to 3, but I'm not going to let you go to no 4, no 5. And they're really number 1.
There's 1,000 groups that drop a day behalf for a person to say that Outkast is 3 is not hating. That is giving them props. You understand what I'm saying? Just even to say it's 3 is giving them props. So, I mean, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going Run-DMC, NWA, Outkast, UGK and 8Ball, and UGK, 8Ball, and Outkast, you can flip them the way you want to flip them. That's the bottom line because Wick said so.
Hey, man, y'all heard the man. Hit them comments. Let us know how y'all feel, man. I mean, do you feel like Outkast is the greatest group of all time and agree with me, a person that has sense and, knows what hip-hop is really about? Or do you want to go with Run-DMC as the greatest group of all time?
That's right. That's right. Don't laugh when you say mine to try to deter the people.
No,
you say mine with the same vigor and straight face as you said Outkast.
Okay, well then how about this then, Wick? If you did a versus between Run-DMC and Outkast, who's gonna win?
We talking about something from 1985 to something.
They gonna be the greatest group of all time, but they can't stand up in the verses.
Put them against groups that came out in their era. You can't compete eras.
You can put Big Daddy Kane up against anybody.
Can Dr. J beat LeBron James right now in a game of one-on-one?
You can put Dr. Dre up against anybody.
Nobody hear all that mess.
You can put Dr. Dre up against anybody from that era.
I spoke it. I said what I said. Outkast is up there, but Ghetto Boys should be up to 2. Where the Ghetto Boys at? Why are you talking about everybody else? I'm sick of y'all hating on the Ghetto Boys.
I'm just be real, man. A list that doesn't have the Ghetto Boys, UGK,
and Cash Money, the Hot Boys.
Let me see.
What's up, Turk?
8Ball MJG, 3-6 Mafia.
Yes.
All of them in the top 20, then I can't. Right. I'm gonna have a hard time dealing with that.
Hey,
list.
Shout out to
Goody Mob.
And shout out to CeeLo. You know what I'm saying? You know it's all business.
CeeLo Green.
I love you, boy. Matter of fact, Goody Mob, I love all you. Gip, all the. I want verses from all of you.
See, there you go. There you
go. Cujo, I want verses from all y'all. But you ain't number 1 right now.
Oh, hell no.